We are going to create a guess the number game. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to comment exactly what this is. The first thing I need to do is I need to import random, and what this does is it imports the random module, which basically is a variety of things that we can do to create random generated numbers. I'm also going to say that my secret number is equal to a random integer between the numbers of, let's say, 1 and 20. And we can now say that we'd like it to print out something, and I'm going to print. So the output will now display I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 20. We're now going to ask the user to input a random number, and we're going to give them perhaps 6 times to try and guess the number. So I'm going to use another comment, and I'm going to ask the player to guess 6 times. The program tells the player that it has to come up with a secret number, and will give the player 6 chances to guess it. The code then lets the player enter a guess and checks that guess in a for loop that will loop for at most 6 times. The first thing that happens in the loop is that the player types in a guess, and since input returns a string, that value is passed straight into an integer, int, which translates that string into an integer value. And then this gets stored as a variable named guess. The next bit of the code is quite easy. If the number that they're putting in is less than the secret number, then it's going to have an output and say the number is too low. If it's greater than the secret number, then you're going to have an output that says the guess is too high. If the guess isn't too high or too low than the secret number, then it has to be equal to the secret number, which is the correct answer. If that's the case, then we actually want to break out of that loop, and we're then going to use the break command. Once we've done that, we're going to say, well, was the secret number, did they guess it in the correct amount of time? If their answer is yes, then print well done. If they didn't get it in the correct amount of time, else they have to print something else. I'm going to run the module, and it's now going to say take a guess. I'm going to guess 5. It tells me that the number is too low. I'm going to try 10. Now the number is too high, so I'm going to try 9, still too high, 6, 7, and lastly 8. So I've got the correct secret number in 6 guesses.